Hi, welcome to the Friday Wrap with Pete and Reet. She's Reet, I'm Pete, and we're a little tired.
We are a little tired. We were out late last night.
And we're not going to tell you why we were out late last night.
No, we'll talk about that later
on in the Friday Night Wrap. Just a reminder, we're going to talk about Wayne Gates. That show we recorded this week, and of course he's the MPP for Niagara Riding, talking about gas prices. Why are they so high?
Hydro.
Yeah, hydro. Why is it so high? The highest in Canada. And talking about the budget and some other things. Seniors, an important thing to talk about.
Yeah.
That show up on the YouTube site right now. Go there, subscribe. We also talked to Jerry Salfi, who is representing artists, especially musicians. And a city up here in Canada has offered some money that really isn't...
It's not fair.
Yeah.
It's not fair. It's 1980 wages for... And you know what? Does City Council want to make 1980 wages? I don't think they do. So we're going to rally if they don't prove that they can step it up and pay musicians a better rate than they offered.
So if you go up to our YouTube site, the Pete and Reet YouTube site, you will find the story with Jerry Salfi.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, let's get to some big stories.
Hollywood.
Down in, sing that again for me.
Tinseltown, Hollywood.
There you go. And Hollywood Craig.
Wood. Da, 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 da.
If you guys think that dance is good, wait till I show you what J-Lo taught me later in the segment. Welcome. How you guys doing?
We're great.
We are feeling really good. A little tired. We were out late last night, hanging out with some big, huge celebrity. All right, Steven Tyler. We were out with Steven Tyler
last night. It was great.
You guys were hanging out with Steven Tyler, and if I'm not mistaken, is Steven Tyler not a good friend of Jim Carrey too?
Yes, that's exactly why we were hanging out with him. And trust me, it was a blast.
You've got some stories to share, and hopefully Rita will share them with all of us later in the broadcast, so stay tuned. For those of you guys just watching, make sure you click subscribe, like, and feel free to share this broadcast if you're watching it on the web or on YouTube. We certainly appreciate that. I'm Hollywood Craig, and thanks for having me on the show, guys. A lot of excitement happening. First off, I want to tell you, did you guys hear? This is unbelievable, blowing everything up. Donald Trump has stepped out of the race.
What? We haven't heard that up in Canada.
Shut up.
For real.
Yeah. No, he actually had a secret meeting. I don't know why with Hillary Clinton, but they had a meeting with Hillary Clinton, and he is decided to step out of the race.
Hillary Clinton. How come we haven't heard this?
And Donald Trump by themselves? Was
having a
she
meeting.
doing Donald? That's all I want to know.
Guys, it's breaking news right now on CNN, so that's why I am breaking it to you.
Shocking news. Shocking news.
Being that it's April 1st, I wanted to be the first to bring you breaking news. So,
Seriously?
Hey, Hollywood Craig.
Come on.
look at the tears around the country.
Yeah, in Canada. Up here, it goes till noon. It's way past noon.
I see. April Fools here. We're just getting started here on the West Coast with April Fools, so I'm sorry about that. But I know many people are still crying that is not true. But real tears have been shed for a few greats that have been lost this week. Gary Shandling passed away at 66. You know him from the Gary Shandling Show and Larry Sanders Show. Just a real huge loss.
He was so funny. I loved him. I loved his dry humor. Like, I really did.
Yeah, and he was a great writer. Wrote for the Carson Show.
Many shows.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Cotter and Sanford and Son. That's where he got to start, actually.
Yeah. So he was amazing and a funny guy. And 66 is too young to die.
Yeah.
For sure. Additionally, to stay on the same vein, we also lost Patty Duke, who had the Patty Duke Show where she played her cousin and then, ironically, ended up fighting dealing with bipolar disease later in life, where, she died this week at the age of 69.
And had an Oscar for what, Hollywood Craig?
She had an Oscar for playing the role, I believe, you're trying to stump me here, Helen Keller. I knew this. I did my homework.
Yes, she did. She was amazing. And I remember watching that. I think I watched it in reruns many years later as a kid, but I love that show.
Well, that is, of course, sad news losing them. And we are losing another item. This is not people, but this is a building. Harpo Studios is closing up shop in Chicago. Oprah Winfrey has decided to close up Harpo Studios, where she started Oprah Winfrey Show, and moving everything to the Own What Network right here in Los Angeles.
Wow, a lot of jobs lost in Chicago then, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising because that's her hometown. That's where she got it all
Yeah.
started. That's where it's happening. She's taking it all the way out to LA, which is a great place to be because the weather's a whole lot nicer than in the city, right?
Chicago. Yeah. Oh, well.
And moving on, we've got Sarah Palin. What do you guys think of Sarah?
Not much, frankly.
I think she's probably a really nice lady who lives way up where it's dark all winter and sunny all summer and really doesn't connect with the world a whole lot. And I think that's pretty obvious. Why? What's going on with her?
Well, she is actually being pitched right now to be on TV for 5 days a week as Judge Palin. She would kind of go up against Judge Judy.
No, I think that's horrible. Really? Come on. She has no credentials to be a judge or anything else. What? Why? Because she lived in Alaska away from people? Now she's a judge of all of them? Come on. That's crap. Can I say crap?
Yeah, sure.
You can say crap. I'd much rather see Judge Rita.
Oh, hey. Now you're talking.
Hey, no,
Because
you-
I have opinions up the wazoo.
You don't want to see Judge Rita. Trust me when I tell you. Stay away from that show.
American Idol. Hey, is that show still on the air?
Yeah, you're asking the wrong people. Long time ago, it's still on the air. Yeah. Okay, it is.
Well, American Idol will wrap up its final season this Wednesday and Thursday night, and it's down to 3 finalists: Trent, Dalton, and LaPortia. They are the 3 finalists of this show ever, because I think people have kind of seen the show kind of run its course, and well, to be quite honest, I think everybody's moved to The Voice.
You know what? I hope it does die because, frankly, I think it has run out its time. But I have a funny feeling that it'll come back next year as a new thing.
Oh, I can't wait.
Surprisingly enough.
Now it's time for it to go. Needs to be buried.
It jumped the shark. When people ask, is that show still on the air, which is true, I think it's time. But I'm sure Seacrest will recreate something, and Simon Cowell will do whatever it takes. I'm sure he'll be involved in something, and they will revamp and be back with something else where people sing karaoke songs.
Well, Simon Cowell has a wife that he wants to, and kids now he has to look after. So he's going to come up with something else.
Well, he'll have to do that in between judging America's Got Talent. So he's moved to that desk as well. So it's, yeah. Somebody got some new ink this week. Do you know who?
No.
New
Tell
ink.
us, please.
What, a rock star?
No, not a rock star, a movie star. Drew Barrymore got some new tats. Take a look at this picture here. That is her wrist, where it says Olive and Frankie. And that is, she got some tattooed to remind her and to honor her children.
What, she can't honor him without ink? Like, really?
Are we talking about Droopy Drew?
I thought they would be on her boobs.
Droopy Drew? What?
Droopy Drew, that's what we call her up here.
Yes. Nice girl, but
If you're going to flash your boobs, make sure they're round and plump and firm. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Whoa! Listen, I have no confirmation about Drew being droopy, but if I need to, for the show, do some investigative reporting, I will certainly be there for you guys.
well, we believe that you're actually going to have to go on the mission and get it done for
I'm
us.
sure he will.
Yeah.
Well, you've got the right guy. And, something that wasn't drooping the other night, Antonio Brown talking about his Dancing with the Stars partner and having some blood flow running to his lower region when he gets a little bit too close with his dancing partner on Dancing with the Stars.
Woo!
So I guess instead of having the school books over that area, he's probably had to put a football there, right?
Well, that would be the obvious choice, but he's just trying to, I think, either tape it down or wear tighter pants. I'm not sure.
It might hang a little bit too low. Bigger than a football. I don't know.
Whoa, what do you know, Rita?
He's got big hands.
Holy cow! We're going here apparently. Well, nonetheless, he did what people think a good enough job to stay on the show for another week. Meantime, Geraldo Rivera did this Donald Trump impression and show, and he completely got the boot. Geraldo is done. He had a horrible performance last week, and I thought he did a horrible performance this week. So rightly so, Geraldo is gone.
You know what? He couldn't find the bank that he wanted to find forever, so I'm all about leaving him out in the cold anyway.
Yeah, thumbs up on that one.
And a couple of neat things happened on James Corden's show the other night. If you didn't see it, we've got the description. In the description, we've got the links to all these great clips and that. But he did a little piece with J-Lo. He drives in his car, and they did some karaoke. And while they were doing some karaoke, one of the really neat things happened is J-Lo gave a dance move. And I'm going to show you some of the dance move right here. And you guys, I don't want you getting too excited, but this is the dance move right now. And then watch. This gets better. Smell the arm. Smell the arm. Yes, I learned that from J-Lo. So if I take that to the nightclub or just keep doing it here, they're going to keep coming. They're going to be flocking to me, guys. Just so you know, beware.
Well, that looks a little ritualistic.
If you take that to the nightclub, they're going to be kicking your ass out of the nightclub. Every woman will be running the opposite direction.
Well, you should be checking yourself throughout the night.
It's like the movie with Jack Black where he thought the woman was fat but wasn't, and I can't remember the name of the movie, but that would be you.
That's it. But that's kind of the story of my life. Usually when I go in and throw some moves down, I do clear a room. But she did some great moves with James, and he took her cell phone. He went through and looked through at all the different celebrities, found Iggy Azalea, found tons of other celebs, and then he actually texted Leonardo DiCaprio. You'll have to just watch the clip to see what happens. It's completely hilarious. And then he asked her about romance and proposals, and she said, well, when people propose to me, it's been very romantic. And she said she was proposed to 5 times. But then, after that came out on American Idol last night, somebody asked her about being proposed to, and she said she forgot one. She was actually proposed to 6 times. Do you guys know who those 6 proposals could have been?
Well, I'm thinking Mark Anthony.
Superman, Ben Affleck,
Yeah.
Lost.
Ohani Noah, and Chris Judd, and then she was, of course, married to. You guys remember who she was married to? Also, one of the other guys.
Oh.
Did you say? Did you say
She said Mark Anthony.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So that's 4. And then she had a little thing going on with Casper Smart and Diddy. So I'm thinking that could be 5 and 6 perhaps.
Wow. Did she got rings from every one of them?
You know, I don't know if she got a ring from everybody, but what she did say is sometimes she just told them no. And maybe she said, keep your ring. So.
Well, that's classy of her, because I would have taken the ring and then later said no.
And there you are, ladies and gentlemen, Rita Carey. So yeah, that's the entertainment news happening here from Los Angeles in the bowels basement of my grandma's basement cellar.
So there he is, Hollywood Craig down in the basement. of his
LA.
grandma. I was wondering where he was.
And before I go, do you guys you've got a special guest coming on the show. Am I right? Am I able to say that? Is there a special guest coming on? Tell us about that. I'm going to let you guys go. Been good on the show. I've got something planned if you've got a special guest. Share.
Okay, you know what? I'll tell you what, Hollywood Craig. Since you're from Hollywood, go ahead, spill the beans. Tell them.
Well, I have overheard that Jay Leno is going to be on the show. And if that's true, I'm going to prepare a little jaywalking segment for you guys.
Awesome. And that is true. We are going to have Jay Leno, a personal interview with Pete and Reed here on the show, and Hollywood Craig, and it's going to be a blast.
Yeah, can't wait for that one. Thank you, Hollywood Craig. Always a pleasure. Always some great news. And you know what? We're going to talk about another Hollywood person when we take this short break and come back and talk about a night with Steven Tyler.
Hi, we're back with Pete and Reed. I did that opposite.
You
Wait a
did.
minute.
You
I
did.
did
You
Pete
did the.
to
You
me-
did the.
myself.
Jerry, you did the.
What
Jerry,
the?
You did the Jerry Sokolowski,
I did.
the tallest man in
That's
Canada.
Pete. I'm Reed.
Let's get that straight. I'm Pete. She's Reed.
Yeah, I think it's because I'm tired from last night. We were out late last night.
We're tired. Plus, we've had some technical issues here today
Oh,
in
I
the studio
know.
trying to talk to Hollywood, but
That's
we're
okay.
we're good.
Hey,
We're
it
all good.
happens.
We were out late last night.
Oh, we were. We were at the Steven Tyler concert. Oh my gosh, in the Fallsview Casino, and got to go backstage with him, hang out for a bit,
Yeah, what a great
talk
guy.
to him. Oh my God,
He is a really, really nice
genuinely nice guy. He could not stop touching me.
guy and loves women.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah. He loved you, loved my wife.
Oh my God, he was groping
Yeah.
me. But hey, I didn't. Did you see me run away?
No, actually, you were pushing back into him. I'm like, come on,
I'm
Rita,
like,
we gotta go.
So you're going to see pictures coming up because his people took pictures when we were there.
And we're
They're
going to have video.
Send them.
Yeah, he wanted video. He wanted to be on the show, but there's so many people.
Yeah.
And he's got so many people handling him. When he finally met us and got there,
Yeah.
he's like, I really want to do this. So he took our card. So I
Yeah.
think in the future.
But the one thing that made me laugh was how much, because he's a good friend of my brother's, Jim Carrey, and how much he kept going over and saying how much he was in awe of when he met Jim for the first time. And I'm like,
Yeah, he really did. Yeah, he did. He was like, he was
here's
like a hero.
Steven Tyler, like he's like close to the Beatles and like holy, the Rolling Stones, that era of genre, and he's idolizing Jim. And I was like, wow. So I text Jim today and I said that to him, and he goes, you know what? He's a class act in Hollywood.
Yeah.
He really is a class act.
And you know what? We went in there, and he's a smaller guy, right?
Yeah,
Smaller build.
taller than me, but very
yeah,
thin.
and great shape.
Yeah.
And super nice, and really interested in charity and helping kids, which
Yeah.
we saw later. But
Yeah.
when he gets on stage, okay, and this is the difference between people who are surrounded by dancers, flashes, and big sets. He had a set that was
Simple,
conducive
colored
to,
lights.
yeah, to what you'd see with a rock band.
In like a club,
Yeah.
a small club, just colored lights.
70s, 80s.
Yep.
That's what you saw.
Yep.
Now, take that and put a guy up there who has a full band. He's got 3 girls, 3 guys playing
Yep.
who are outstanding, okay?
Yeah, Susie
and,
McNeil and the band.
Yeah.
Great job.
and he absolutely commands. That place, I've been to the Fallsview Casino many times, the Avalon Theater. That place was just out of control.
On excitement. You know what was great about it too? Remember, he did Janis Joplin.
Oh, man.
He said, he walked on stage and he said Janis Joplin was the first love of his life. And he stood there and sang without it, like by himself, without any accompaniment. He sang Mercedes-Benz.
And he went like this, which meant turn off the echo and stuff.
Yeah,
You're going to hear me.
And he sang it like it was her.
Oh, yeah, it was
Same
crazy.
pitch, same range, same everything. If I closed my eyes, I would have thought Janice was staying on the stage. It was
I did.
incredible.
I actually did.
It was
And
incredible. It blew my mind. And then he segued right from that, didn't stop, into Piece of My Heart. It was incredible.
Now, let's keep in mind, he's 68
8
years old now. Okay?
He's jumping around, kicking. I'm like, wow, he obviously
flinging his
keeps
microphone
in shape.
around. Yeah. No,
Wow. And he gets the audience involved. At one point, he did a slow part, and we sat down because it's like, oh, he's going to do a slow part.
And we're a little
Comes-
older now.
And he comes over to our side of the stage and he goes, Rita, get your ass out of the chair. I'm like, holy crap, okay.
Up we go.
No, it was awesome. And thanks so much to Rebecca, his secretary, and his people for letting us go backstage and hang out. It
No,
was
yeah.
incredible.
There was a special moment when he brought a challenged young person up, Anthony from
Yes.
Niagara Falls, who, by the way, he met in a store. I believe it was an orthotics store, Niagara Orthotics,
Yeah.
and met this boy and said, you're coming on stage tonight.
And he said he can sing every lyric of every song he's ever written. That's why he had him up on stage. But he was so shy, he didn't want to actually walk right out into the stage. So he kind of stood off the side, and he went to him, gave him a maracas,
Yeah.
and it was incredible.
Yeah, and that's
that's
the
the
guy he is.
kind of human spirit you want to have in somebody that's so talented.
Now, here's another piece of information you didn't know. Remember the white piano up there?
Yeah.
That has some history. Now, Signature Signs, which is a local sign company here, and they do some great work, actually were called in on Easter, because it was a rush,
Yeah.
to paint that piano, which is an incredible piano,
Yeah.
white. It was black. They painted
Oh.
it white. And that was from a David Foster event about, I think, 5 years ago at the casino. And they had Bocelli in there, and he played. It's worth $80,000, and it was repainted
Wow.
just for that show.
Wow.
See, interesting.
Hey, see, we get the scoop on everything.
Yeah, we do. So it was fantastic. I tell you, it was an incredible show. I was so glad I was there. My wife enjoyed it. You guys were just going nuts.
Oh,
You two.
we're dancing like woo all night long. It was great.
So now, we told you, of course, Craig told you that Jay Leno is coming on the show, and we're looking so forward to that. We're going to have his special dish, his favorite dish when he's in Niagara
Oh yeah,
Falls.
and we know what it is.
Yeah, we will tell you. You'll find
I've met
out.
Jay a few times, and he's mentioned a few times what his Canadian favorite dish is. So we're gonna have that.
And the funny thing is, in the theater last night, we can't remember his name, but we met a guy who actually represents talent. And the funny thing is, he represented Frank Gorshin.
Yes,
Who was-
Jim the Riddler?
Yeah, the Riddler in the original Batman
Yeah.
series, right?
And
So-
and actually, is Adam West is his client right now, Batman.
it's kinda
So
crazy.
small world. But he was showing us video of Jay Leno's garage.
Yeah, he was
and
on
all
his
the
cart,
cars.
yeah. Oh.
He's got a golf cart that went. It was like what 3 football fields long of cars, and every section was a different style
Europe,
of car.
Italy.
Yeah, whatever.
American, yeah.
Electronic, gas, diesel, whatever.
Yeah, amazing. So, anyways, Jay Leno coming up in, a couple of weeks. You're going to have him on the show.
Yeah.
And remember, today released The Wayne Gates Show.
Wayne
which-
Gates, completely informative about what's going on in politics here in Niagara Falls and all over Ontario. Things you want to know about hydro, about gas, about seniors and what they're supposed to do with all this going on. You know, it was incredibly informative to me.
Yeah, and then something close to your heart, of course, was Jerry Selfie, who talked about the musicians who were offered $50 to play for 1 hour at the Niagara Market.
And everybody thinks that's a great thing, but $50 an hour doesn't cover your strings and the money, the $10 you're going to have to pay to taxes. And so now you're down to $25 if you're lucky. And it takes 3 hours for a show, not one, to set up and tear down. So now you're down to like $8 an hour. It's a joke.
And I just think it's because they're uninformed and they really don't
Yeah,
understand what's
well,
at
they're
stake.
not musicians. And if musicians out there play for free, then it demeans all the ones that have talent, that want to get paid for what they do. And we deserve it. These wages are from 1980.
You know what? And since we've put the show up, we've got 480 or 500, probably more than that now,
Yeah.
musicians who have joined
Yep.
to watching our show.
We're going to
and
have a
subscribing.
rally April 12th. If they don't change their minds, April 12th, City Hall, 3:30. Be there. Any musicians, be there.
All right. So anyways, great having you on the show tonight, Rita.
You too.
Because she took the show tonight. I just had to sit here and relax a little bit. You're having so much
there you
fun
go.
tonight. So. We will see you next time, and next Friday, of course, on the Friday wrap. And then, of course, we're releasing another show next week. It was going to be Danny Z this week, but we had to do Wayne Gates because it was more topical at the time. Danny Z, the guy who does all kinds of
Illusionist,
amazing
mentalist.
illusions. Yeah, he's
Crazy.
You'll see him next Friday night. Listen, have yourself a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week.